Hello there, Tony Baker from Six String Country back for another guitar lesson, and today we're going to be looking at The Blues Man, which is a Hank Williams Jr. song. He released it I think in 1980 and did his original version. We're going to be focusing this tutorial on the Alan Jackson version. They're both really good versions, but Alan Jackson's version just has so much great guitar work in it. It'd be leaving too much on the table to not do that one. So we're going to do the Alan Jackson version, which has a really nice finger picking part through the whole thing. It's tabbed out all the way through beneath the video player at sixstringcountry.com. And there's some little intricacies, but once we get the main format for how we're going to pick through it, it's really not too bad. And then on the lead guitar, it's just packed with things for us to learn in the background for the verses and the choruses. And then there's a nice intro kind of lead solo before verse 2, and then there's 3 outro solos. 2 on the electric guitar, just like the recording, are tabbed out basically note for note. And then over the steel guitar section, I made up a solo on the Telecaster that will mimic a pedal steel with for that.
Natural born guitar ringer, kind of clinger to sad old songs. He's not a walk behind her, he's a new note finder. His name's a reminder of it's already gone. Wasted so much of your life running through the dark nights. Let it shine a little love light now on that blues man. So sick from speeding, all the things he said he was needing, the haze to keep on pleasing all of his fame.
This is the tutorial for the acoustic guitar part. It's going to be finger picked. We won't use a pick on this one. I'll use our fingers on the right hand. And once we get this intro down and get into the verses, there's going to be a lot of repetition as to how we pick through these chords and arpeggiate them. The intro is kind of its own section. So we'll start with the intro. It's got some nice chord voicings, and then we'll move on into the rest of the song. So here's how the intro looks. 2, 3, 4. All right, so to get started here, let's get our fingers like this, okay? 3rd fret of low E, and then we're not going to worry about the A string, it's just muted. We have the D string, open, 2nd fret of G. This is a G add 9 chord, pretty chord. And then open B string, all right? And you can put your pinky finger down on the 3rd fret of high E if you want, but we're not going to use that yet. The way we're going to be finger picking, you can, in general, there's some exceptions, you can, in general, think about your thumb covering these low strings, the E, A, and D string, and then pointer finger on the G string, middle finger on the B string, ring finger on the high E string. So, like this first measure, right? You see that my thumb's covering those first two, and then pointer, middle, repeat, and do that one more time. In this tutorial, we'll be going over the first of the outro solos. The first solo that we're going to go over right now is a note-for-note transcription of what's played on Alan Jackson's recording. The second one is a pedal steel mimicking solo that I made up on electric. And then the third one is another note-for-note transcription from the recording. So this is solo number 1. On the tabs, it's lead outro solo. I'll play it once so you can see it a little slower than full tempo, and then we'll go over it note by note. All right, here's how it looks. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this second solo, we're not copying Paul Franklin's steel solo on the record exactly, but we are trying to mimic that pedal steel sound a little bit. I just kind of made up this solo, and it will fit nicely over that slot that on the record is taken by the steel. So I'll play through it nice and slow, then we'll go over it note by note, and then we'll review it one more time at the end. Here's how it looks.